Okay, Cancer. I had to just join audio really quick. Hi, Cancer. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, remember to give this video a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. All right. You know, don't be rude. Sometimes I'm too tired. I'm not tired right now. I'm just saying, don't start stuff with me. Have a look into your connection this week, or just, right now with this person. Okay, so this person, what are they doing? What do they want to tell you? And they want to tell you something that's going to make you really happy. They want to tell you about what they want in this relationship. And I feel like this is something that you've been wanting them to tell you and open up to you about, and they are. I feel like whatever this is, they're going to tell you what you've been wanting to hear. And it's a major victory for the two of you guys. But I feel like you really need to open up, okay? You really need to just open up and trust in this connection and trust in this person. Like, trust in this person's ability to, make things right by you. They're going to end up making, they're going to end up doing what you want them to do, Cancer. Okay? So right now, this person is feeling very passionate for you. Their passion for you is really high, and I feel like if they're showing up very much, if they're I'm hearing hitting you up a lot, or kind of keep on reaching out to you, it's because they feel like kind of stuck, and they're freeing themselves from the things that made them hold back from you. And I feel like they just didn't want to seem clingy, Cancer, because this person, they're really going to open up to you and start being much more like, I'm hearing, on your ass. But it's because that's how they are. Like, they were just holding back on themselves because they just wanted to, I'm hearing success and growth. So they may have wanted to have success in their career. They might have been going through changes that was making them very defensive, or they just went through a cycle in their life that they were very defensive and they had to be very protective over themselves. And so they kind of brought that into the connection, but they didn't mean it. I'm hearing they're obsessed. They're obsessed with you. So this person, they're trusting in you in ways that they never trusted in you before, and trusting in life and in this connection in ways they never trusted in you before. And I feel like they're giving to you fully. Like, and I feel like they're very fearful of this. So if they're showing up different, they're very fearful showing up this way. They don't like rejection. That's like something that is a big fear of theirs, being rejected. But it's something, but like, they embrace themselves and they're okay with being rejected. But I feel like they don't like confusion. There's just things that they don't like that makes them fearful, that they're moving on from and they're healing from, so they can embrace themselves more fully. So those are all the things that was stopping this person from trusting. And if this person, they don't seem like they trust very much, that's what is causing it. They have worries that have nothing really to do with you. Maybe some things you do trigger those worries, but this really has nothing to do with you. But some things you do trigger those worries. They do. So we have this person, they're focused on healing. They really want to heal and balance this connection out, and they want success with you. They want to get to where you guys want to get to. They have a lot of faith and belief in this connection with you, Cancer. They do, okay? But they're just feeling really shut out. No matter how this person is showing up, they feel so shut out. I feel like in the recent past, they may have detached from you, and they may have really started showing up very detached, but it was because they felt so shut out. But they also needed to kind of make some decisions about things. There were many different, their emotions were kind of like all over the place. But I'm hearing abuse, so it comes from a lot of like neglect and abuse that causes their, because it's like this is jumbled up in a weird way where it's hard for them to like take the lead, or to believe that the future, like, there's a positive future for the two of you guys. Like, they feel like you're better than them, and that they really can't bring anything to this connection, or like you might feel like, they feel like, sometimes they feel like you might make jokes about them behind their back. Like, they kind of just have really, really, really went through it in life, and they just kind of, it makes them confused. It makes them feel like, well, what could this person be? And it kind of makes them hide out on the sidelines and not come forward, because they just are like, well, people could turn out anyway. But in reality, it was just like a lot of things was happening to them that wasn't right, and it was just building up their self-confidence. So they just had to speak up for that, and they learned that. So I feel like whatever this is heavy for you. You might not really believe this. That's up to you. That says something about you as well, because I feel like whatever this is something that maybe you struggle with. If you have a hard time believing this, you struggle with it too. Y'all both don't believe you deserve love, And that's why when one person shows love, the other person withdraws, and then when the other person shows love, the other person withdraws. And that's like the quintessential thing of twin flame connections. But I'm seeing here that it's not going anywhere. You guys love each other enough, or love yourselves enough to not let each other go. But I feel like, you know, if there's a runner, this person, they're a runner, and they run because they're paranoid. They run because they're paranoid of getting hurt, and they feel very guarded. It's like this person has been through so much. I feel like you got justice for this though. You got some justice for this person, and you got justice because I feel like you realize you realize where this person was coming from and why they were the way that they were. There was a fated event that happened in this person's life, in your life, you know, together, where you realize why they were the way that they were. And I feel like this person, they also realized the justice in having you in their life, because I feel like you're very quintessential, perfect, like you're very purpose in their life. They feel like they dreamed of you their whole life, and that's why it's so hard for them to believe this. But I feel like if they understood that the people they met before they didn't dream of, they were just there, they were just androids, then they would feel fine. Because I feel like this person, they're not understanding that they dreamed you up, you know, like you're the person of their dreams. Those other people, they were not the persons of this person's dream, and that's why they left, you know, because this person, they were not really looking at that. They needed to understand that, you know, whoever these people were that left, or whoever this connection, you know, whatever this old cycle was that had, you know, gone awry, these people were not really in alignment with them. They were never meant to, oh, yay, 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 yay. You know what? I feel like this person, some people just didn't like them being who they were. And that's something they needed to understand and realize and learn about this previous cycle. But that was also really hard for them to understand and realize. It just was really heartbreaking. I feel like it was just wasn't what they wanted. Like they wanted to just fit in and be happy, but I feel like they weren't looking, when they were wanting that, they weren't realizing how shut out they were really feeling by wanting those things. And now I'm hearing like they course corrected their life, as you did as well. And so they're on a positive swing, and they're getting some justice back from toxic connections that took from them. And, you know, yeah, that's what they're focused on. That's what's going on with them. But I feel like you don't trust this connection, or they don't really fully trust it. And it's because of the past. But I'm hearing like now they're good. They're stabilized. Oh gosh. I'm hearing they're not dramatic. You know what I mean? They just get emotional. They get emotional. And I feel like they're having a realization about, you know, what is shutting them out from this connection. It's kind of like I feel like this person, they minimize how they really feel. Like they really feel really heartbroken about a lot of things that they don't speak up. And it's because, you know, but now they are, because they're seeing their worth more, and they're withdrawing from things that don't really resonate with them. You know, they know their value. And I feel like if there's ways that you haven't really been valuing this person, they're going to call you out on that shit. And I feel like they do call you out on it, but I feel like it's hard for them because they don't want to lose you. But at the same time, those connections that they didn't want to lose, they were worth losing anyway. So now they're coming forward and they're speaking up. They're getting so many chakra upgrades and increases. I hope you're upgrading with this person, Cancer. That's all I can say, because this person, they're leveling up a lot. They're leveling up a lot. But I also feel like they're waiting, and they're waiting to see if you're going to get back to them or whatever. But I feel like this person, they're just going to reach out. Even if you haven't gotten back to them, they're just going to reach out again. And it's because they're not trapping themselves anymore. If they were keeping themselves stuck by like keeping themselves unhappy, waiting for someone else to make the next move, it's like, nah, just keep being you. And I always say, you be you so much, you chase them out. That's why I'm obnoxious some weeks. I'm just obnoxious because I'm like, I want to chase these MFers out of here, get them out of here. They don't want to be here. I'm gonna give them a reason to not want to be here. You know, and I feel like, you know, this person, they're showing up this way in this connection, and it's giving them pleasure, like it's healing them because they're realizing how much you really value them and you really care for them. But they never thought that they could feel so accepted. And I feel like this needed to happen so they knew that they were this accepted by you, Cancer. I'm also hearing Taurus. This person, they never knew how much you accepted them for who they were. They always felt like you wanted them to be a certain way, and that's why they would withdraw, and that's why they spend so much time alone. That's also for the reason for this separation. That's why this connection wasn't secure in the beginning. That's why it manifested so many ways. It's because this person, they needed to heal and realize that this person cannot love you entirely for you, then it's not going to work out anyways. And that's something that they're understanding. And it's making them happy because they're realizing that they have all this time in the world, and that even if this connection is not good for them, because that's the trigger that they're looking at, right? Even if this connection is not good for them, then they have all the time in the world to go be with somebody who wants to be with them. If they just have to be who they are, and it comes from their insecurities. They have a lot of insecurities, but it comes from their parents. It's like, it's not somebody who's choosing to be insecure. It's someone who, if they weren't this insecure, they were afraid that they would be abandoned, they would be killed, they would be left somewhere, they would be taken somewhere against their will. They needed to be this insecure. So this feels like it's very warranted, these abandonment wounds, but also they deserve to feel secure within themselves. They deserve to have abundance and take care of themselves and to be autonomous, independent, but also, you know, have security in a relationship and security in love. I feel like this person, that's something that they struggle with. They feel like if they show up a certain way, they're going to be rejected. I feel like Cancer, if you ever reject this person for showing up the way that they show up, you're realizing how much that screwed up your connection. This person, I'm hearing, blew up your phone and you bugged out on them. You screwed over your connection just now. When you did that, you fucked over your connection because that shit could have moved. You caused the block, because that is what made this person realize that, okay, that made them start, if they started entertaining other people, it was when you did that, because they were opening up and being who they really were, and they were feeling something in that moment that I feel like you didn't understand, or they wanted to talk to you and you bugged out on them. And if there was a third party that came after, that's why. I'm hearing that third party, I'm hearing like 4 days after or 3 days later, they met that third party. 3 days later. And it's just to give you peace of mind. I mean, it's like when you open up, if you wanted to get rid of somebody and you wanted to push them away, then, you know, yell at them and or be rude whenever they are trying to be who they are, and they will manifest somebody new. And I feel like that's something that should give you peace of mind. I feel like you guys were kind of not really, but just be who you are if that's how you really felt. Because whatever this connection was, if it was a karmic connection, because this happened in the past, this karmic connection, it taught them stuff, and it also healed this connection. It did. It made them confront stuff. It did. So it did, man. But I feel like, you know, if you're not being authentic and this person's being authentic and you push them away, you know, I feel like that's going to cause, if you're wondering why there's third parties, that's why there's third parties, you know? And that's something that you might need to confront, because if this person, if they're being authentic, you know, and you're shutting them down because you want to be karmic, then this person, if they move on and go be with the karmic, it's because of that. You know what I mean? So just be in your heart, be in your heart. And if you're with somebody who's manipulating you, using you, lying to you, you know, it's no good. It's not going anywhere. And they're just playing with your emotions and it's really not going nowhere. The universe will remove you from that situation. And that's that. It'll be very loud and clear. They will give you so many signs. Ultimately, now that we're done with that, because I feel like this might be an extended read, because there's some things here that you are realizing along with this person of how I feel like if there's things that have not been built, or if there's been things that have been coming down, I feel like you're understanding your hand, Cancer. You know, I feel like if you were not being authentic, or if you were shutting someone out, you know, when they were just being who they were and you shutting them down, but that wasn't in your heart. But if it was in your heart, then you taught them a lesson, or they went off and they went to go be with who they were meant to be with. But if it wasn't really fully in your heart, then you manifested a karmic connection for them. You did. Okay. And you manifested another karmic connection for yourself, because you need to confront that. That's why a lot of times connections don't work, because it's like the original seed, it's like certain things have not really been dealt with. And that's something that's like very deep. It's very deep. But, you know, back to this reading for this week, you know, they're coming from a place of getting justice, seeing justice in this connection. Now they see how they are worthy, how this connection, it balances them out, and how there's justice in the two of you guys being together. And now they're focused on what they're wishing for in this relationship, and they're getting a lot of wishes come true. They're feeling very confident in themselves. They're getting their confidence back, and they're focusing more on what they desire. They're focusing on what they want. You know, and I'm hearing they're getting what they want in love, you know? Like, I feel like for those of you guys, if you're separate from this person and you're not talking to this person, they're still getting what they want in love. So if you're not talking to them, but it's not in your heart, then I would be open and be who you fully are. Because that's what's stopping you from being with this person. You know, if you're kind of like, whatever, you just need to be who you are, be happy, you know. And if you go down to a dark place, it's because you're abused. It's because people abuse you. And then that's why those people need to leave your life. And that's why you're manifesting circumstances to make those people leave. Everything is working out perfectly fine, because I feel like the situation is not something where this person's having a blast right now and you're sad, or vice versa. You both are feeling these emotions. You both are needing to heal because you guys are meant to be together. So whether you guys manifest a separation, you always come back together because you're meant to be together. And so this week you're getting confirmation about how restricted you have been and how restricted this connection has been. And you're withdrawing from that restrictive energy. You're withdrawing from it. And in you withdrawing from it, you're securing yourself. And yeah, I mean, there might be some sadness or isolation that you're confronting, but you're not confronting it. Maybe this other person is. Whoever is shutting down their heart, they're confronting sadness. Because whoever was open in this connection, they're getting some happiness. They're getting happily ever after. This person, they're healing their heart, and they're realizing how the core of where their sadness comes from, the core of where their entrapment comes from. And I'm realizing it comes from family. I'm hearing family. And that's so healing, because I feel like this person projects everything on other people outside of their family, not without realizing that their family is the people who betrayed them first. So Cancer, you are going to get some happy news from this person. They're going to come in and free themselves from something. They've been thinking about doing this for a long time. They're on their own with this. They're kind of raw. They're kind of going through something right now that's solidifying them, but it's kind of like lonely. But, you know, they're breaking out of a pattern, and they're also coming out of feeling hopeless and helpless, okay? They're healing. Cancer, they're healing. All right, so we're going to look more into this in the extended read, you guys. I want to know more about what they're telling you about this week, because this is really big and it's really good. I feel like it's unexpected as well. So shimmy on down there. The link is in the description bar down below. Bye-bye.